The Babe led the Bombers to their first World Championship in 1923.
Strike three, a no-hitter, a perfect game for John Larson.
Reggie Jackson his third home run of the game.
Hayes makes the catch. The Yankees win.
The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time.
The 1947 World Series proved to be the start of the golden era in New York City baseball.
1947 saw the New York Yankees return to the World Series for the first time after World War II, and as a repeat of 1941, they faced their National League neighbors from Brooklyn, the Dodgers.
This was one of those in-between seasons because it was neither a Joe McCarthy championship nor a Casey Stengel championship. It was the lone pennant and World Championship won by Bucky Harris.
Jackie Robinson had come into the game in this year to help integrate not only the game of baseball, but society, and help the Dodgers earn a spot in the World Series.
Looking back at the 1947 World Series from the perspective of 60-plus years, you would think that the story would be the integration of the World Series via Jackie Robinson as he had integrated baseball itself on April 15, 1947. But the story of this World Series was not that of an African American, but of 3 Italian Americans.
Reaching the 1947 World Series did not appear to be an issue for the Yankees as they finished with 97 wins, 12 games ahead of the second-place Detroit Tigers. Outfielder Tommy Henrich finished second in the American League with 109 runs scored and first in the AL with 13 triples. Once again, Joe DiMaggio was the offensive star. He hit .315 with 20 homers and an OPS of .913 en route to his third Most Valuable Player award. As for the pitching staff, right-hander Allie Reynolds finished second in the American League with 19 wins and 4 shutouts, while Spud Chandler posted a team-low ERA of 2.46. Spec Shea, who finished third in the Rookie of the Year voting, led the AL with a .737 winning percentage and held opposing hitters to an MLB low batting average of .200. Game 1 of the 1947 World Series took place at Yankee Stadium. The Dodgers sent 21-year-old Ralph Branca to the mound to face Yankees rookie Spec Shea. Shea threw 5 innings of 2-hit ball, allowing just 1 run. With the bases loaded and nobody out in the 5th, outfielder Johnny Lindell lined a 2-run double to left. The Yankees would go on to score 5 runs in the inning. Joe Page entered the game and recorded a 4-inning save, propelling the Bombers to a 5-3 victory and a 1-0 series lead. Game 2 would prove to be a blowout as the Yankees' offense exploded for 10 runs. Snuffy Sternweiss recorded 3 hits while corner outfielders Johnny Lindell and Tommy Henrich notched 2 apiece. In the 5th inning, Henrich smashed his 3rd career World Series home run. 30-year-old hurler Allie Reynolds would pitch a complete game, allowing just 3 earned runs, helping guide the Yanks to a 2-0 series lead.
The Yankees took the first 2 games of the series at Yankee Stadium, but things really got interesting when the teams went to Ebbets Field in Brooklyn for games 3, 4, and 5. The Dodgers jumped to a quick 6-0 lead in Game 3, and the Yankees little by little chipped away at that lead, but the Dodgers continued to add to their insurmountable total. Joe DiMaggio homered in the game, and manager Bucky Harris sent Yogi Berra into the game as a pinch hitter, and Berra responded with a long home run off Dodgers pitcher Ralph Branca, which was the first pinch hit home run in World Series history. Despite these home runs, the Dodgers held on to win the game by a score of 9-8, which set the series record at 2-1 with the Yankees' advantage.
While the first 3 games of the World Series were rather bland games, not a lot went on, Game 4 made up for that at Yankee Stadium.
Game 4 of the 1947 World Series was especially memorable for a strong pitching performance by Yankee starter Bill Bevins.
Bill Bevins was the Yankee pitcher who now broke Monty Pearson's record at going the longest of no-hit ball as a starting pitcher in a World Series.
Bill Bevins, the starting pitcher for the Yankees, in a wild performance, had allowed 10 walks and 1 run, but had gone 8 2/3 innings without yielding a hit to the Dodgers.
The Yankees had a 2-1 lead, 2 outs in the 9th, and Al Gianfrido on second base with first base open. At that point, manager Bucky Harris made a rather controversial decision and decided to walk Pete Reeser, who was pinch hitting and had leg problems. Reeser immediately came out and a pinch runner came in for him. One of the cardinal rules of managing is don't put the winning run on base. He did just that, and it came back to bite him. With men on first and second and 2 outs in the ninth, Bill Bevins faced pinch hitter Cookie Lavagetto.
Cookie Lavagetto hits one off the wall in right field in Ebbets Field, and as Red Barber said, here comes the tying run, and here comes the winning run. And Bevins, who came so close to a no-hitter, wound up being the losing pitcher. Interestingly, after that World Series, neither Bevins, Lavagetto, or Gianfrido ever played another Major League game.
And just like that, it became a best-of-3 series heading into Game 5.
In Game 5, rookie Spec Shea pitched brilliantly for the Yankees. As a matter of fact, on the heels of an almost no-hitter in Game 4, Spec Shea comes out and pitches 4 innings of no-hit ball against the Dodgers. The Dodgers had gone 14 innings with just 1 hit against the Yankees.
Yankees starting pitcher Frank Shea, also known as Spec Shea, started Game 5 and pitched a beautiful complete game, a 2-1 victory that gave the Yankees a 3-2 edge going back to Yankee Stadium.
Helping his own cause, Spec Shea also recorded 2 hits and an RBI, while the Yankee Clipper, Joe DiMaggio, ripped a solo home run in the 5th inning, which proved to be the game-winning tally.
Game 6 of the 47 World Series started off with a record without a pitch even being thrown. That record was the greatest attendance at any World Series game up to that time, over 74,000 at Yankee Stadium.
The Dodgers jumped to a quick lead in Game 6 at Yankee Stadium and were maintaining an 8-5 advantage in the 6th inning when Joe DiMaggio came up to bat with 2 men on base.
Joe DiMaggio stepped up to the plate and hit a long fly ball off of Dodgers pitcher Joe Hatton. Ball went out to left field, deep left field. 5'6" defensive replacement Al Gianfrido raced back to catch the ball, and he did so right at the 415-foot mark next to the left field bullpen at Yankee Stadium. It was a great catch and actually robbed DiMaggio of a home run, what would have been a 3-run home run that would have tied the game.
DiMaggio famously ran to second base, thinking he would have at least a double, perhaps a triple, and reaching the bag, kicked up the dust. Now, Joe was famous for never displaying his emotions, never doing anything to diminish his cool. This was one time when he lost his cool.
This was much ballyhooed because it was the only time that people had really seen Joe D express some type of emotion in the game.
DiMaggio was often asked why he didn't show more emotion as a player, and his response was, "I'm paid to be a ball player, not an actor."
Joe never hit a home run in Yankee Stadium in the World Series. He hit 8 on the road, but none at home. So perhaps that was as close as he was going to come to a World Series home run in Yankee Stadium.
The Yankees fell in Game 6 by a final score of 8-6, leading to a decisive Game 7.
By the start of Game 7, the pitchers for both teams were completely exhausted. Spec Shea volunteered to start the game on only 1 day's rest.
Spec Shea only went 1 1/3 innings before he was pulled, and hard luck Bill Bevins from his almost no-hitter came in and did pretty well, pitching a little over 2 innings and shutting down the Dodgers.
The Yankees slowly built a lead and took the lead for good in the 4th inning. Manager Harris called on his ace reliever, left-hander Joe Page, who came in and pitched 5 innings of 1-hit ball.
In those days, the term closer wasn't used, but Page was the Yankee closer. But no matter what the day's task called for, in this case 5 innings of relief, he was up to it and he was at his best. It was a huge win for the Yankees, their 11th World Championship, and Joe Page was one of the stars of the team.
In addition to Joe Page, Phil Rizzuto also shined in Game 7. The Scooter went 3 for 4 at the plate with 2 runs scored, an RBI, and a stolen base. The 1947 World Series marked the first Game 7 victory for the Yankees in their storied history. Johnny Lindell led the offense with 7 RBI, a .500 batting average, and a 1.403 OPS. Tommy Henrich posted a team-best 10 hits, while Joltin' Joe DiMaggio knocked 2 home runs out of the park.
For decades, relief pitchers have been regarded as failed starters. The starting pitcher was expected to go 9. Now, a few clubs had had successful experiments. The Yankees with Johnny Murphy, but you'd never had a World Series relief star until you had Joe Page. in 1947?
In 1947, there was no World Series MVP award, but if there had been, they probably would have gone to rookie pitcher Spec Shea. Shea won 2 games, Games 1 and Game 5.
In addition to the excellent pitching performance by Spec Shea and Joe Page, Allie Reynolds appeared in 2 games, including a complete game victory in the second contest. Manager Bucky Harris would return for the 1948 season, where the Yankees would finish 3rd in the American League. The Bronx Bombers relieved Harris of his duties and hired Casey Stengel, who would lead the New York Yankees to uncharted territory.